No. Just no. No, no, no. Uh DC, do you even like your fans? Cuz this is no. Why would you do this? Why would you even Okay. Okay, so I'm pretty sure a lot of you have already heard, but DC has just announced a new young adult novel, I Am Not Starfire, which is about Starfire's goth goth gay daughter. I do not even believe this is related to Starfire. I would believe this is more related to the Penguin. What the hell? Oh god. Okay, and this is the author. You see something similar here? You see something similar. Like, it's pretty much a self-insert. Like, what is this shit? Bad fan fiction? Like, that's what I'm looking at here. I mean, okay. My reaction aside, because when I first heard about this, when I first saw this cover, I legit thought this was nothing more than Tumblr art or a fake article. I did not believe this for a single second. And yet it is real. This is real. Somehow. I don't know how, but it's real, and I just don't believe it. I really don't, because I okay. DC, do you like your fans? Like, this is my biggest question to DC is, how did you greenlight this? How did you ever greenlight this? Do you even read the ideas that are pitched to you? Because I just can't believe this, that you would just do this, okay? Alright. So, this story is about Mandy. 17-year-old Mandy Coriander is not her mother. She's an outcast. She's supposed to be like everything that Starfire's not. She apparently dyed her orange hair black, and but this does not sound like anything. Okay. I don't even know where to begin with this, because this is just absolutely ridiculous, and I'm probably sure a lot of you have already heard a bunch of the articles, a bunch of people already talking about bullshitting about this, and all I gotta say is, why? I mean, look at this. We already have a daughter of Starfire, and she's the daughter of Dick Grayson, the first Robin, and who's Nightwing, for God's sake. If you want to do something about not Starfire's family, here you go. You already got a bunch of backstory, though thankfully this is not Mari Grayson. This is someone else entirely. And this person shouldn't even exist, because, one, goth? How the fuck does that... You're raised by Starfire, and you're telling me one of the most caring and compassionate characters of Teen Titans is a terrible mother? That's just ridiculous to me. I just don't believe that. You're telling me Starfire, a princess from an alien world who is a superhero, gave birth to this. I just can't believe it. Okay. Sorry. You know, I'm not even gonna edit this. This is just like my pure reaction here, because all last night, I when I found out this was true, I just couldn't do this. Okay. But back to the serious topic I want to make. Do you enjoy having fans, DC? Do you? Because if you wanted to have fans, you could have done a family piece with the daughter of Starfire and her, like, struggles with having two superhero parents, But instead, you decide to have this. This is exactly why no one's gonna buy this. No one wants to do this. No one wants a self-insert fan fiction. No one does. This just seems too ridiculous and out there because honestly, I think that Starfire and Dick Grayson, if that is this person's parent, would have been, actually good parents. And I feel like this is a betrayal to the character of Starfire. Because this is, the way they're describing Starfire is pretty much that she is a terrible mother and that, bright, bubbly, scantily clad, famous mother. Like, not gonna lie, I've read some people making it sound like this book makes it sound like Starfire is some sort of slut or something like that, and that's not at all who Starfire is. I mean, I don't know what you're thinking, DC. You're literally betraying one of your most famous characters. Like, I grew up watching Teen Titans. It's why I did not like Teen Titans Go. I want another season of Teen Titans. And this is why I'm so confused, DC. Do you just not want your fans? I mean, Gotham High is another thing here. Like, a love triangle? Like, okay. Gotham High, I have not really seen it, but I've read reviews, I've looked at it, and I can kind of somewhat understand what you're going for here, because other shows have done the whole high school angle. X-Men Evolution is a very good example. These were all kids, they were all in their younger years. High school wasn't always, a big part of the show, but it was there. These guys have done it right, so I can kind of see what you guys are going for with the high school angle of Gotham High. Iron Man Ultimate Adventures. Less successful than X-Men Evolution. It does have a solid fan base, I think, and I remember watching a few episodes of this when I was younger, and it was solid. So, I can somewhat understand you, thinking, oh, let's go back to the early years high school, but you're betraying the characters. That's the whole point. You're trying to twist the characters, and you're twisting it too much to the point where it's not staying faithful to the lore or source material for years. And that is betraying and alienating a lot of your current fan base, or your former fan base. People are leaving you in drones because they don't want this. Okay? They don't want this. I don't want this. And it really hurts because I have been a huge fan for years. I have some of the older Teen Titans comic books right now on my bookshelves, and this, I would never buy this. I just would never buy this. I don't see anyone who would buy this. And so I don't understand what you're doing, DC. I've heard a lot of things. Layoffs, cuts, reboots, and you're trying to keep doing a bunch of this woke crap, and it's just not gonna work. It's just never going to work. This stuff is not going to work like this. If you keep trying to go woke. Maybe if you want to do something of their younger years, maybe this could work. I mean, shows have shown this stuff could work, but this is never going to work. This is not going to bring in your huge fan base. I don't know what audience you're trying to drag in with this. This is literally a self-insert fan fiction, okay? I know you're trying to steer clear of this because you think it's problematic, or, sexist or something, but this is not the answer. This truly is not the answer. I can understand if you're trying to do a mother-daughter comic, but use a character that already exists, that people already somewhat like. Alright, this right here, Nightstar, would work far better than this thing. I don't know what to call it. I know I'm being rude. I know people are gonna, oh, you're sexist, you're homophobic. Okay, well, first off, I have no problem that she's gay. None whatsoever. Goth, that does not fit in at all with Starfire's character. In fact, I don't even think that's possible for any Tamaranian to be goth, because I'm pretty sure, I may be wrong, but in the show, I know in Teen Titans in the show, when Starfire and Raven swap bodies, Raven could not use Starfire's powers because Starfire's powers, Tamarine, their powers all revolve around happiness, endorphins in the brain. And because of this, dark, moody thoughts do not work for their species. And that may just be the shows, but I think I remember reading that also in the comics. So how the hell can a Tamarine be goth? Alright, and honestly, I just don't feel like that would be any natural character at all dealing with Starfire, because Starfire brings out the happiness in everyone. That's what I got from the show. That's what I get from the comic books. Like, she tries to make things better, brighter. You know, she tries to fill the world in with hope, and I feel like that would be the same kind of mother she would be. And in fact, we know that too in the comic books while she was raising her own daughter, Nightstar. We know this. We've seen this. And so, trying to make this just does not work. And not to mention, these are children of superheroes. Like, you can be whoever you want to be. But the same thing is, you're most likely going to be in danger a lot of the time. And not to mention, who knows what kind of crap you tried doing with your powers. So, I just don't see them, like, having an unhealthy relationship here. And not to mention, Mandy walking out of her SATs. Why would Starfire care for that? She's a princess of an alien world. I doubt she understands that. I mean, she's not a regular mother. I mean, she probably just wants her daughter to be happy. And this does not look like a happy person. And I just can't believe this being an offspring of Starfire, Dick Grayson. In fact, again, I think it's like the offspring of the Penguin. I would believe that leagues more than that being the offspring of Starfire. And DC, you're alienating your fans. You truly are alienating your fans. Because this is ridiculous. If you want to know how to bring your fans back or anything like that, just not that one. Yeah, just League and yeah. Okay. Bring this back. Bring this back. All right? You want to know how to bring your fan base back? You had a solid system that worked for over 30 years. You truly did. Batman the Animated Series kicked all of this off, like in 1980s, I believe. And it was so popular they brought it back for another season in the 90s with the new adventures of the Batman the Animated Series. DC, what are you doing? You had a goddamn formula for this. A formula that Marvel has tried to replicate and failed. Literally. In the latest series of Spider-Man, in like the past two series of Spider-Man and the Avengers, they tried doing crossovers that have just failed. Because they're not the same characters and not the same universe. This worked. Why are you not trying to use this to get more fans? I mean, I'm serious here. And I've been saying for years, like, make a Young Justice universe. You're cramming too many characters into one show where you could easily have more shows for this. And I'm sorry. The reason I got into comic books was because of these guys. Right here. The old Batman series, Batman Beyond, Superman. This is the stuff that I watched, and this is the main reason why I got back into comic books. This right here. Not this, certainly. Never this. Never this. This right here. Not this. Not this. This could work if done right. This did not get done right. This got done right. Okay, this worked. So did this. Get back to this, DC. This is what you need to do. Okay? I know you want to bring more fans in, but guess what? This got your fans in. This is what I show my niece and nephews. This is what I rewatch. I have actually gone back and rewatched episodes of this. Okay? More than any of your latest stuff. You need to do this again. Okay? Go back and start remaking or redoing these shows, and maybe you will win back your fans. Because I gotta be honest here, I know people who have just dropped off DC Comics because you keep trying to pull this shit. Okay? You keep trying to think that this is what people want, that the woke stuff is what people want, and it's not. Okay? I know people are starting to be offended by things like this. Okay? And to be honest, that's not who I think of when I think of Starfire. When I think of Starfire, I'll be honest, I still go to the old Teen Titans show that I watched when I was younger. Not Teen Titans Go, but this Teen Titans. This was the series that brought me in to the Teen Titans in the comic books. This is the stuff I watched, and that made me actively go out to look for the comics for more material. Okay? This is what you do. Alright? And it really boggles my mind how you're willing to shell out cash for a book that won't sell instead of shelling out cash for shows that clearly do sell. These Teen Titans sold so many copies of DVDs, comic books, and this will be the last time we see Mandy. I don't see there being enough people buying this book for a sequel. Alright? No one wants this self-insert woke shit. No one wants an obese goth daughter like that. Okay. That came out wrong. But no one's gonna purchase a comic book about this. No one wants any of this. This is ridiculous. Alright, and I'm probably not portraying, this right, because everyone's gonna be offended! Because that's the latest norm, everyone's offended! Sorry, this has turned into a bit of a rant. What this whole video was gonna be about is just DC in general, and what the hell are they thinking? But this is just too insane! Why would they do this? Go back! Make this shit! You want people to get back into it? Make this shit! I mean, seriously. When Justice League was going on, I was like, oh my god, this is fantastic. When Justice League Ultimate was going on, I actively went out to search for some of these side characters to learn more of them. Shazam! I actually went out to look for comic books after I saw him fight Superman in Justice League Ultimate. I went out for these comic books. I looked for them because of these shows, because they were so great. I am not gonna actively go and look out for this woman's work. No. She is destroying the character of Starfire. And this is not gonna sell you any copies, DC. You've had a decent formula. You've had a solid formula that has worked. Yes, you can experiment a bit, but don't go all the way out of left field. Okay? You can take the road less traveled. Don't just drive off a freaking cliff. That is exactly what you're doing right now with this. You're driving off a cliff. And unfortunately, this cliff is filled with spikes at the bottom, and because of it, you've lost all your fans. They've gotten out, they've exited before you even saw the cliff, and now they're seeing the cliff, they're hopping out of the damn car. And I am too. I honestly mean it. This right here, I have zero faith in DC Comics right now. Okay? The only thing that the only two reasons I have at all DC Universe is Doom Patrol and Young Justice. That's it. Okay? There's nothing left. The CW show Arrow ended, and I'm done with everything else. Flash bores me now. Never got into really any of the other shows. Black Lightning was actually pretty good at the beginning. Black Lightning I did enjoy. Though, then again, I'm a sucker for Black Lightning and Static Shock. Static Shock was the jam. Again, you had a solid formula here. You should look back into doing it again, DC. Okay? And that's my rant. That's my thought. And the question is, DC, do you really still want your fans? That is my question here. If not, then we get the memo. If you still want your fans back, start giving them what they want. Because this is not what they want. This is. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I do apologize for the length. This was supposed to be only half as long, but as you can tell, I kind of went on a rant. But anyway, I'll catch you guys next time. See you guys later.